What's frustrating about the iPads?
Um, well, I was new last year, so I didn't really have the say about laptops and iPads before. I didn't have really the comparison between them. But for me, when I was using them, some different frustrating things I found were the glare sometimes on the screen, which was kind of hard because the windows sometimes the sun would get on and it's kind of hard to see. Also, the reading on the iPad, sometimes we had reading projects and it was a bit harder to read. It kind of hurt your eyes after a while, which was something. And also, I could say maybe just um, the iMovie projects that we had, you couldn't really put photos over your audio voice, which was something I found that was really difficult with the iPad. And most of our projects last year, they did involve iMovie. So if you were talking, you'd have to do it as like a GarageBand file and then export it into iMovie and then put photos on top. So yeah, those are just some things I found that were frustrating.
Anything else that was frustrating?
It was kind of hard to type, and like Aiden said, hard to read on because it started to really strain your eyes.
Mm.
It was.
Did you get like a Bluetooth keyboard or anything, or you just tried to muscle it out with the screen
I
typing?
just worked with the screen.
Yeah, the Bluetooth helped. I tried that at the beginning, about the middle of the year, and it started to help. Yeah, so.
Well, I missed the iMovies because before you could add title slides and ending slides and credit slides, but now you can't do that. And you could have different text, but sometimes you can only have one choice of text.
Mm-hmm. So there's less features in this iMovie as compared to last year.
Yeah.
I miss the amount of apps that you can have on your computer, and lots of them, like Photoshop, they're on iPad, but they're not quite as good, and you can't do as much detail with them.
Anything you miss about them, now that we've talked about why we didn't like them necessarily, you've got laptops this year, you had iPads last year. Is there anything you miss from having the iPads?
Well, I really like the place where you could store your documents. It's really kind of confusing on a laptop because you can have so many folders in so many different places. But on the iPad, it's all really stored in the app,
In the cloud.
So it's really easy to kind of locate your documents and kind of find where they are, and it's easy to start up and turn off really quickly too.
Yeah, agreeing to Sean's comment, also with on iPads you can easily create folders and organize things easily, and on a laptop you can create folders and stuff, but it is harder to find things, and things can get placed around and get saved in random spots, which on an iPad it's easier to find things.
Is it easier to back up to an iPad, or?
I would say yeah too, because you have the cloud.
Plug it in to your computer, or just back it up to iCloud, and it'll back up all your files.
Yeah.
So you don't.
I found it way easier to back up than having to take every single thing that you need and go through folders and folders and folders.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Also, the mobility of the iPads was preferable to having to shut down your laptop every single time.
Yeah, we brought them to Banff even.
Yeah,
right?
which was really neat, and we could use them outdoors as well, and it was cool.
They're really an all-around device.
Yeah, an all-around device. Yeah, I agree with that. And one more thing maybe just to add is the batteries that the iPads had. With the laptops we have this year, I've been noticing that if you have a battery that was already been used quite a bit before, when you use it at the beginning, like when you go to a period and it's at 100% because you charge it overnight, and use it, and normally by the end of the period, my laptop's already down to 50 or 60, so it drops 40-50% of its battery charge already, just in one period, which is 45 minutes. So, and with an iPad, if you charge it overnight for till it's 100%, in the daytime, over one period, it'll only go down by 5%, and you can use it for the whole day instead of just half, and then you have to keep recharging it and charging it. So,
Right.
When I had the iPad, I never came to school without it at least having 50% battery, so it was never dead when I was at school.
Yeah, we weren't looking for outlets ever. I don't think not as
With
much
the
as with
it
laptops, right?
seems like there's at least
yeah.
2 people who need to charge every class,
Yeah.
and it's very rare to see someone with 100% battery.
Yeah.
Even turning them on.
Yeah, there's normally fights over power outlets, which is kind of funny, so.
Well, we can carry it around more, and because if we need to, let's say, I'll walk over to our next class, we could keep it on, but for our laptops we had to shut it down completely, and then then we had to turn it back on when we got to our next class. But now we can just keep it on when we walk across the hall.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Yeah, also I find it's a little bit more organized for me, being able to swipe through screens instead of swiping through desktops and searching through folders. It's a little bit easier for me to locate stuff.
So there's fewer places for a file to get lost.
Mm-hmm.
How about backing it up? Have you lost as many files, or was that a problem last year? Or
No, wasn't really a problem last year or this year.
how about typing? How do you find typing on the iPad?
Well, typing on the iPad is pretty much, sometimes it gets in the way of what you're writing, or sometimes the keyboard moves into the middle of your screen so that you can't even see anything that you're writing. And so that you might write, I walk to store, or something.
Yeah, I like the typing on the iPad, but I also like it on the laptop. There's not much of a difference.